Monday morning, you open your eyes. You make your coffee, go to work, come home, go to sleep. Tuesday morning, you open your eyes. You make your coffee, go to work, come home, go to sleep. Wednesday morning, you open your eyes, but something is wrong. Your neighbor's car is parked in the exact same spot again. The same song is playing on the radio. The guy at the register is making the same joke, and before the last word even leaves his mouth, you've already finished it in your head. This has happened before, yesterday, the day before that, and no one else seems to notice. The feeling isn't unfamiliar. Déjà vu is exactly this, the sense that a moment has already been lived. Normally, it comes and goes in a few seconds. But what if it keeps going all day? What if it happens again the next day? What if that day never ends? Can science explain this? Surprisingly, yes, at least partly. It all starts with Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity. The basic idea, the three dimensions of space and the single dimension of time, exist together inside a single continuum called spacetime. And gravity bends that spacetime, which means time isn't rigid or fixed. It's something that can be shaped, curved, theoretically folded. Near a massive black hole, or inside a theoretical time machine like a Tipler cylinder, spacetime can fold back on itself. This is called a closed timelike curve. And inside that structure, a particle, or theoretically a person, can return to exactly the point where it started. Quantum physics hasn't yet answered whether these kinds of closed loops can actually exist. But what if we assume they can? If you're inside a loop like this, and you know it, you're actually in a pretty good position. You can start over from yesterday whenever you want, make different decisions each time, test what works. But if you die, there's no romantic Hollywood moment where you wake up fresh at the side of your bed, ready to try again. The loop closes for you. That's the real ending, and the loop doesn't have to confine you to just yesterday. Theoretically, you could go back to the day you were born, your childhood, any moment at all. But you can't change anything there, at least not on your own timeline. This is called the predestination paradox. When you travel into the past inside a closed timelike curve, you're already a part of that past. Your presence doesn't change anything because you are already there. Everything happened exactly as it was supposed to, including you. But some physicists argue that closed loops aren't actually all that closed. Every time you travel into the past, maybe a new timeline is born. You can't go back to your original universe because you're now living in a parallel version, almost the same, but not quite. Familiar, but foreign. A place that looks like home, but isn't. The handle of your mug at work is on the wrong side. Your colleague's voice is familiar, but the tone has shifted slightly. A shift you can't explain to anyone, and that no one would understand even if you tried. Because for everyone else, everything is normal. You're the only one who feels that something doesn't quite line up, and after a while, that feeling becomes more exhausting than the loop itself. So how would you even know you're in a loop? Maybe that's the frightening part. Wednesday morning, you wake up to the same song again. The neighbor's car is in the same spot. The guy at the register makes the same joke. And you think, weird, for a moment, then move on. Because the brain is remarkably good normalizing inconsistencies. Maybe not even being able to notice you're in a loop is the loop's cruelest feature. Or maybe you do notice. And noticing changes everything. Because then the question becomes, how do you get out? The most concrete answer is actually simple. Change something. Do something you wouldn't normally do. Take a different route to work. Talk to someone you've never talked to. Sit outside during your lunch break instead of at your desk. And watch, is the guy at the register going to make the same joke again? Do you already know before he does? If you do, you have your answer. You don't need to look for the way out somewhere out there. It's inside. Every loop is another chance to do something differently, and the loop only breaks when that chance is truly taken. Maybe that's how the universe works. Maybe closed time-like curves are really possible. Maybe every loop exists not to resolve a paradox, but to transform the person inside it. Or maybe you just really hate Wednesdays.